When I think about other transactions, right? Of course, you can't really talk about it without bringing up SBIRs and STTRs because, well, they don't fall underneath the OTA sort of a thing. They're different outside of that. They're still very interesting and applicable, I think, and they're less sexy than regular contracts or OTAs for that matter, but still a very good, viable option for contracting. So could you tell us a little bit about those two things? Something that people wouldn't know.
Yeah, so I will say I'll start with what everyone should know and be reminded of.
That's a good place to
Because
start.
because I feel like I talk about this a lot, but when it comes to the SBIR program, the whole purpose of it is to bring something to commercialization. It is not for the government to buy an off-the-shelf commercially available something and bring
Right.
it to the government. And what I have seen is, and this is across the board, like a lot of people have done this with a lot of statutes and authorities, but we forget what the law, what the mission of the policy of the law, of the statute regulation actually says. And reading the policy directive from cover to cover, it was very clear that that is like the missing piece that everyone forgets. What is the one thing people pay less attention to when they're putting their SBIR proposal on? It's the commercial plan, the commercialization plan. Why? Because
Right.
there's templates out there. We fill them in, we submit them. The government says, this looks great, right? You sign it off. But the thought process of what does a true commercialization plan look like? And does it make
Right.
sense for what you're bringing forth? The other thing that I think that a lot of people don't know, and they should know, is that the SBIR program that we have today is shaped after the NSF program. They were really the ones, the seed fund. They were the OGs of the space. And so everybody else followed suit, which is kind of crazy to think about because today, Department of Defense really leads the conversation. Even with the reauthorization happening next year, most of the eyes are again turned on Department of Defense. And that's because they're the biggest user. They're also the ones with the deepest pockets. They're the popular school. And so the attention is on them. But I think that those two things, like if you're looking at what is the SBIR program really supposed to look like, NSF really has a great model because they're the originators. They're the ones that kind of like shape this into what it is today. And then the whole purpose of it. It doesn't have to be the same exact product. That's the whole point of the phases. But you're bringing an idea, someone's concept that's supposed to better everyone's lives. That's what innovation's supposed to do. It's supposed to make our lives easier and bring it to the public. Now, certain aspects can be kept to the government because we know the government wants its part, but it is supposed to bring that forward for us to use. And I think we've lost that element with the SBIR program.